What's up, y'all? It's TVE checking in. It's another payday video. I got paid yesterday, so I wanted you all to know what I've done over the past month I've been out here. So let's take a look. This is my last electronic trip, the settlements. There you go. That is my pay for yesterday. I gross $6,400 or 9 cents. And my net pay, what I got in my paycheck, was $4,576.14. It don't matter. But let's go back to service settlements and let's look at what I've done over the past month I've been out here. Do we all know this is my first week out? Ended up being a little short because of one delivery. Then the next week it went up as I was running. Now you got to remember from here to these last two were all recaps. I ran off recaps. I did not do a 34. I made it work off of recaps. So my pay steadily went up. When I came out, it was 29. The next week I made 38. Then I made 43. And then this past Friday I made 45. So from here to 29 to 38 to 43 to 45, that's what I've done over the month. This one was a little short because that's the week I first came out. 29, that's when I first came out. So it's like one day short, but that's the difference between losing out on a day is that I could have had back-to-back 30, 38, maybe almost $4,000 playing how many miles it was. So what I've been doing since I've been out here is called the Florida-Georgia flip. These 2 weeks here represent just Florida-Georgia. Then I added in going back and forth up from Florida to North Carolina. North Carolina to Georgia, Georgia back to Florida. I've been making that circle around and around. And if I get a drop every day, that's about 500 miles a day, which you can make this 43 to 45 is what you can make when you do that. So when you say, TV, how do you make the amount that you make a year, calculate that out for years, because this is my average. I've been out here running on recaps. Everything here from 29 to 38, 43, 45, that is going to be, you got to average that out. That's why I say my average is $3,500 a week. You know what I mean? I averaged the whole thing up. So you can see here where I made 4,600. Notice my deductions here. I made 5,700 minus my deductions was that. And the week I had 38, I made 57, which is about the same thing I made the week before, but I had more deductions. I can't remember what, I think my insurance, or I had a double on insurance or something like that, one of these pays. But I think it was this pay where I had the double insurance. But as you can see, I'm one trip short. I only had 5 trips on here. That's why I only had $4,600. That's why that thing was 29. Because if I had that one more trip, then I would have averaged over $3,000 easy. All you need is 6 trips a week. Like, that's what you do. When you have the Florida-Georgia flip or Florida-North Carolina, you have to drop the next day. That's the only way you... And I figured this out as a company driver. As a company driver is how I figured this out. That I was getting paid more if I had a drop every day that was at least 500 miles. The goal was to do 500 miles a day. That's how you get your money with Marten or any other company that you're with. That's how you're going to get your money. You have to do 500 miles a day. And all this in here, this is me going home, my son's birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. That's what some of these sorry numbers is in here representing, as you can tell by the dates on here when I came out. This here was my son's birthday, but for my son's birthday, I was making a little bit of money. Then here, I can't remember. I remember I came home. Oh, yeah, that was Thanksgiving. That was Thanksgiving here, 42, 31. Can't remember exactly where I was. I can't remember exactly where I was running when I did some of this stuff at. But, yeah, it's been pretty much consistent. Unless I came home, right there represents me coming home for over a week. Just coming out, stayed out 42. Somewhere up in here, I came home again. But you can see when I don't come home up here, up in this section, when I don't come home at all, it stays right about the area, unless I have one load I'm short. But it stays right up in this pay. All you have to get is get your 500 miles a day. You see the date on there. You see my net. You see my gross. Like, I don't lie about my numbers. My numbers are what they are. You know what I mean? I'm good. And I'm just trying to make sure that you know what you can make when you come out here. It has nothing to do with Marten. It has to do with how you run your truck. And my truck is also limited to 60. I want to say my truck's limited like 67, 68 miles an hour, but I stay at like 66, 67 miles an hour. There's no need to go over that. My truck is an older truck, so it has over 600,000 miles. So I don't get the greatest fuel mileage, so there's no need of me screaming up and down the highway at 100 miles an hour. Like, there's no need for that. So this is TBE. I'm out. It's another payday video. I'll have another one next week. My next one next week should be interesting because with me running off of recaps, I actually had a day where I couldn't move. So I'm interested in seeing what that pay is going to be. I got a feeling it's going to be like 3,000 and something, but we're going to find out. But right now I'm on load number, I keep track of my loads. And right now I'm on load number, see where I got 1, 2, 3 load number 4. I got them crossed out. So I don't pay the one at the exact top. I didn't know if that was going to get counted on this load, but for this past week, but it did. So I don't count that one. I actually count the last 4. And the last one, number 4, is the one I'm on right now. So I'm already scheduled for a 4th load and a 5th load by Monday. The question is, can I get number 6 that drops on a Tuesday? So she knows that I'm going to be calling her, asking her for one more load on Monday that drops on Tuesday. That's how I've been averaging in the high 3s and the 4s and the 3s as far as my pay. You have to do at least 6 loads as an owner operator, or you're not going to average this kind of money. If you don't, you're not going to do it. Like, we don't get paid percentage. You get paid by the mile. You have to make sure that you're averaging 500, at least 500 miles a day on these 1-day drop loads that drop the next day. Pick them up one day, they drop the next. So that you have to make sure of. If not, then you're wasting your time, you're screwing yourself, and you might as well not even be out here. All right, man, it's TBE. I'm out.